All right, in a little bit of a different place today. I'm actually at church. I came today for my regular Sunday meetings and I have another meeting in a little bit, so I thought between now and then I could use this time to record a quick video. Continuing on with my series about moments in my life where I have felt the Spirit, how that felt to me, how it changed me. I hope that in telling these stories, I'll be able to help someone else recognize the Spirit in their lives. It's been there in all of our lives. This is a memory from back when I was probably in middle school. My parents were divorced. I was visiting my mom's house for the weekend. My grandparents had come to visit. I may have had an aunt and uncle there also. They lived about 2 hours away from us. We were visiting, having some family time. Then we got a bit of news from back at where my grandparents lived. The feeling in the house changed. The family was arguing about whether or not they should stay or if they had to leave, cut their visit short to go back and deal with this issue. There was a lot of contention and there was arguing, anger, like a lot of anger, and it was enough to where I left to go outside. It was just too angry and I didn't feel like it was just weird to be in there. I left the house. I was sitting in the car. I don't know why I was in the car, maybe to just be alone. It made me sad. We didn't come together as a family like that super often. At this time when we did come together, it was ending up like this. One of my favorite movies still to this day is The Prince of Egypt. I mean, the music though, it's amazing. I was thinking about that movie. I was thinking about the song, There Can Be Miracles When You Believe. And I was singing it to myself. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. I'm a soprano. Singing that song brought me some comfort. I started to pray. I don't actually remember what specifically I asked for. Comfort, or if I asked for contention to end, or if I asked for him to send somebody. I don't remember what I asked for. I ended my prayer. I continued to sing this song. I noticed someone coming down the street. 2 people on bicycles. They were missionaries. My mom, she was not a very church-going person. I didn't even know that the missionaries knew where she lived. It was surprising to me they were there, and even more surprising to me that they came directly into the driveway like this was the house that they were coming for. It was a very random circumstance for these missionaries to show up at my mom's house, and then to do it right after I had been praying for something to happen. I felt like they had been sent to me. I was like, oh, you're here. And I explained to them the situation that was going on inside the house. I don't think that generally my mom would let missionaries in. At first, my mom was trying to say, now's a bad time for you to be here. Come back another time or something like that. My mom loves me very much. If I gave any indication that I wanted them to come in, she would have acquiesced. The missionaries came in. It was really awkward at first, super awkward, because my mom's family aren't even members of the church. My mom's a member, but not a very active member, and they're still angry. Like, we're walking into the middle of this big family argument. It was definitely weird for a second. I don't remember how it progressed. It got to a point where the missionaries suggested that we all pray together. They had us stand in a circle and we held hands and we all said a prayer together. I don't remember who prayed. They may have asked my mom to pray. They may have prayed themselves. There may have been more than one person who prayed. We all stood in a group and said a prayer, and there was immediately just this feeling of peace, and all of that anger and all of that contention was just gone. My grandparents, who were initially the most angry, my grandma, she's a firecracker, they were suddenly very soft. They were crying because they could feel a very tangible peace that suddenly came over all of us. It was amazing and it was beautiful. It was a moment I would never forget, have never forgotten. It was just kind of amazing. Something happened to us. My grandparents were never very religious. I don't know how much this moment influenced them, but today, years later, they are very religious people. When I think back to how that experience came to be, there was a few steps that happened before the miracle. I separated myself from the anger and contention. I went somewhere quiet where I could be alone. I invited the Spirit by singing a song that made me feel close to God. Then I prayed to God. I asked him for help. I believed he would help me, and he sent the miracle. I feel so grateful for the Spirit and for God's love, which is what we felt. God's love, that peace, protection from anger, and all of those ugly feelings that are so easy to feel. I know that God is real. He has an interest in our lives, an interest in our families. He wants us to be close to him. He waits for us to invite him in, and then he's there. I've experienced that time and time again in my life. I'll put out another video about some other experiences that I've had. I hope that you're enjoying this particular series. There will also be different kinds of videos that I'm putting out. Like this video if you liked it, like it. Like it if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos in this series, or if you would like to see different kinds of videos, subscribe to see more from me. And thanks for watching.